Good morning, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the partially mask-wearing militant state of Michigan, where we have Gretchen Whitmer as our governor and dictator. And if you don't believe me, well, then you can just go ask Kelly Stafford, because she'll tell you. So the Fauci emails are coming out, and everyone is just overjoyed it's almost like Christmas morning. So what does Treasure Troller think about the emails and what's going to happen? Nothing. Not really. Now for Fauci, maybe he steps down. I think he may be requested that he step down. Well, they can still say he was a hard-working guy with the weight of the world on his shoulders, rather than leaving in. Well, they can still talk about the immunity enhancement program originating from bats and not from a virology institute. See, because they have to continue that. The media cannot fully admit to the virus coming from a virology lab. They can't do it for two reasons. Number one, well, that means Trump would be right. Now, as far as the media is concerned, Trump being right, having to say Trump was right is, about as close to a mortal sin as you can get. The second reason why they can't say that it originated from a lab is because up until recently, had you said that, well, you were excommunicated and you were called a conspiracy theorist. That was all a conspiracy. Well, what happens if this conspiracy isn't a conspiracy and it's actually what happened? Well, then what about all the other stuff they're calling conspiracy? If you don't believe in the big lie, well, then you're just a conspiracy theorist. But if the immunity enhancement program, when you were calling me a conspiracy theorist, turned out to be true, well, then why shouldn't I believe the big lie might be a lie and it's not a conspiracy and what I think is true? And if something else comes along on down the road, the Hunter Biden stuff, that's, you believe there's bad stuff. That's just conspiracy talk. But what about this other stuff? So the whataboutism plays heavy now. The left love to talk about whataboutisms, throw the whataboutism in your face. Whenever you would say, they would try to do something to Trump, and then you'd say, well, what about the, yeah, kind of like when this happened. Oh, that's just a whataboutism. They try to shut you down with whataboutisms. So I really don't think the media can afford to really fall completely in line with this. It's going to be left into the non-foul. It'll be a good non-call. As far as emails go, I would love to see some emails. The Fauci email is interesting, but that's not the emails that really interest me. The ones that interest me are, let's say, the Dr. Birx. That's what her name was, Birx? The Dr. Birx emails between her and Fauci. I would love to see what other people were saying to Fauci that were, I was I think Jimmy Dore, I watched a little clip, and there was a couple of people from colleges, college professors, and one was actually an epidemiologist. How they sent an email to Dr. Fauci, and this was back in February of 2020, and he forwarded it to one of his assistants, basically. I would love to see the emails between like Dr. Birx and Dr. Fauci to really get an understanding of how other people were really, their opinion was, if they were all in line with Dr. Fauci, or if there was some dissent and they were just kind of shut down. Dr. Birx, I'm really interested in her, because as much as she would like to I guess sour her relationship between her and Trump, I would really like to see what she was talking about in emails and then comparing it to what's coming out now. So people that were on the Fauci side of the aisle, I would like to see what they were saying to Dr. Fauci. So I think that's about it. I think if you're expecting some major revelations through the emails that end in some sort of consequence, I don't see that. I see Fauci probably retiring or asked to resign, requested to resign, suggested that he resign, while there's still a little bit of credibility left. I can't see the media going all out on this, because if one conspiracy theory turns out to be true, well, then they have bigger problems down the road. I think for Republicans, I think it's I think for politically speaking, ending research or financial assistance to research labs in China would be a pretty good starting point. Doing research solely in the U.S. under a much more transparent system would be good. I also think, like I said before, I think if I was a Republican, I'd be out right now already talking about how China is going to financially heal the world. I would be out there doing that. So I think that's about it. I just don't expect a lot to really come about with these emails, because the media just can't let that happen. I just don't see them letting it happen. So this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.